Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, Episode 9. So you guys, before we get into the show, I wanted to show you something that my little sister made me. Actually, she made me a couple of these. Can you see this? It says Pia Talks and it has the little YouTube logo. Isn't this adorable? I absolutely love this. I drink a lot of tea and I thought that was the cutest thing. My own little mug. It was so sweet. My sister has been extremely supportive of my channel and I just thought it was adorable. So I wanted to share that with you guys. She also got me another mug, but I can't share it yet because what she wrote on it has not come into fruition yet. So I have to wait, but when it does, I'm going to share it with you guys. Thank you so much, Bree. I love you. I also wanted to thank all of you peeps. You guys are the best. I absolutely appreciate every last one of you for watching my videos, for subscribing, hitting the thumbs up, leaving those comments. I love your comments. I try to get in there every day throughout the day and respond to comments. If I miss a comment, I apologize, but I do try to get out there as much as I possibly can. All right, so on to the show. Okay, so listen. Wendy Williams was talking about the Housewives today, and I couldn't find the crystal clear audio, so I recorded the audio from my television, so it sounds horrible, but I just wanted you to hear it, so take a listen.
On a side note, the Real Housewives of New York is on hold, the reunion, because the ratings are so low, and it's so, like, it's reading through the TV like it's boring, and the ratings are really low, and fans are blaming Ebony for her race talk. Ebony says, don't blame her. She doesn't decide what they should air. I agree, you know, you can't, but if Ebony is only saying the same thing in every single scene, then that's all you're going to see from Ebony. I miss Bethany, though, and I miss Dorinda. I miss Bethany and Dorinda, and I want that Housewives of New York to get it together.
The New York Housewife reunion. Now listen, peeps, listen. Those ratings have gone down. You know, people are really on the fence this season. 50% of the people absolutely love Ebony. The other 50% of the people can't stand Ebony, Ramona, or Leah. Listen, I think the ratings for this season is the worst ratings the Real Housewives of New York has ever had. I think previous to this, the Real Housewives of New York has always had the highest ratings next to Atlanta. And we all know where Atlanta's ratings went this season. I'm just saying. Andy Cohen, you need to make some changes. You need to make some changes. You know, one of my favorite YouTubers, Sherelle from Sherelle's World, says that she believes that Bravo is about to have some major shakeups, but not the cast, the VPs and the execs over at Bravo regarding the Housewives. So we'll see what happens.
Don't please sit down. Please, Sutton, are you listen to me. Listen to me.
Can we sit down?
Listen to me. Calm down. Okay? You're okay. And it's okay.
Breathe.
It's all right.
Breathe.
It's all right.
So, listen, you guys know I am a fan of Sutton. I really do like her. However, I do have to say that I could not do this. I could not be friends with her. I could not be out having lunch or dinner, not even a tiny snack with Sutton in this behavior. You cannot come out and have these tantrums every time someone says something that you don't like or every time you feel uncomfortable. My thing is, you are too grown for this. You are a mom of 3 children. I hope you don't throw tantrums when they disappoint you. This is ridiculous. And these ladies are enabling her by pampering her every time she throws one of these fits. What they should say is, listen, hun, maybe you need to go speak to somebody who is not us. Someone who has gone to college and has studied whatever it is, what's wrong with you? Somebody who you pay per hour to lay on the couch or sit comfortable on the chair and talk. We cannot do these tantrums anymore. Stop this. Now, Garcelle has this conversation with Crystal because she's really trying to get some resolution. She wants to shut this down. She, like us, I'm speaking for all of us peeps, I hope so. I assume that all of us want some resolution. Well, she's having this conversation with Crystal and she's letting Crystal know, you know, she's having a meltdown right now and maybe you could just squash this whole thing by switching up that violated word. And Crystal comes right out and says, absolutely not. She is not going to take the word back. She's using it in its proper meaning. And the thing is, Crystal has the right to use whatever word she wants to use, however she felt. If she felt violated, we have to accept that. She felt violated. However, with Sutton over here off in the corner, having a complete meltdown, and this type of behavior is happening continuously, and it's putting a damper on everyone's good time. If I was Crystal, I would just let it go. I would have said, all right, I take the word back and, you know, let's just let this go. But Crystal was diehard about it and she refused to take the word violated back.
Someone's outfit that is below the belt.
Not everybody likes what everyone wears. Sutton's wore some questionable
Did something I say trigger it today?
No, it's just your present.
My present.
No, was
Okay.
that necessary?
No,
Now listen, Sutton, buddy, you started this conversation off wrong. You totally started off wrong. You want this woman to apologize to you, but this is how you come back? And then you're getting smart as if you're not the crybaby of the group. Girl, who's afraid of you? Nobody. The thing that really ticked me off about this whole thing was this had nothing to do with Crystal. Sutton was sitting at that table with the rest of the girls eating that bolognese, laughing and joking. It wasn't until all the girls started pulling out their gifts for Garcelle and you hear her in the background.
Dadgummit, I didn't bring
Just look at it.
They brought presents.
One, she did not bring a gift. And two, she was not included with the rest of the girls who went in for a gift for Garcelle. And then all of a sudden she started acting weird and started making it about Crystal. I think that she's absolutely going through something and she is just too much.
Upset because you want me to apologize for something that you did. I will not. Let's be clear.
No.
I will not apologize
Get your
for
finger
your actions.
out of the air.
You're an inappropriate, awkward person. Period. And then you want to cry and get empathy. You're not going to get it.
Okay now. Okay now. Girl, that was so rude. Rude. But true. Okay, so even though I think every single thing that Crystal said was true, I think she did not have to say that because this woman is already in a delicate position. She is already embarrassed regarding her behavior, and Crystal's comments just hurt her even more. And I don't understand why Crystal at this point, can't you just take the high road? Actually, you're too low on the low road. Can you take the medium road? Something. Just bring a stop to this. The whole group is over it. And another thing that I find weird is, does anybody notice how close Erica is to Sutton? They are getting along great. She is backing Sutton up. Sutton is curled up on the couch next to Erica. Erica has her arm around her. And then later in the season, we see Erica tell Sutton off and pretty much threaten the crying woman. And I said, well, what happened? I can't wait to find out. So Garcelle, trying to get this squashed, she asked for the third time, Sutton, what exactly is it that you need from Crystal so that we can all move past this? And she wants Crystal to take back calling her manic. Back when they were on Lake Tahoe, Crystal did say that she was acting manic. Listen here, honey. Crystal refused to take it back. So Erica takes the moment to explain to Crystal why the word manic affects Sutton so badly. She let her know that her father was manic and he took his own life, and that really upsets her. So Crystal then rethinks using the word manic, and she takes that back. So they all say, all right, there it is. Sutton accepts her apology. We're going to move on. We're going to move forward. We're going to just let it go. Here is Lisa Rinna, the woman who should just shut up. She says, well, don't say that you're taking it back if you don't really mean it. I said, oh, what, lady? How many times has she apologized to somebody and clearly didn't mean it? Went back and did everything she did to tick them off 7 times more. Girl, you sit over there in that cheetah print robe and shut up. Daggone it, got me saying shut up. Girl, just be quiet over there. Now listen, everybody says that it's over. Everybody's gonna move on. But I guarantee you, at least, there'll be 2 more episodes. And by episodes, I mean tantrums about this same situation before the season is over, at least. So 4 days after Lisa's party, Dorit, Kathy, and Kyle are tested positive for COVID, which we knew that because it was all over social media that filming had shut down because none of the cast could film. They all had to quarantine for 2 weeks, including all of the production staff. In the midst of quarantine, everything just explodes about Tom and Eric.
What do you think I am? This sucks so bad. The things that are being said are just wrong. People are believing them and they're everywhere and it's terrible and I'm here by myself. And what's being said is just, I mean, it's insane that my divorce is a sham.
So when they say it's a sham,
They said that my divorce is a sham so I can help hide assets. The answer is no.
How do you hide assets in a divorce, though?
I wouldn't know.
are you totally in the dark? Like, what is the situation?
Yeah, well, you have to remember it's the firm that they're dragging in. So they're suing the firm, and I'm being attached to it.
How did you first find out about this Boeing lawsuit? How did you learn about it?
I can't answer that.
You're not a lawyer. Why are you named on a lawsuit about his legal career?
You know, that is the answer. That is the question.
Like, what is the worst?
Criminal charges.
It could be a criminal investigation.
Right. You know, when you allege like that. You didn't do this.
I know.
I know that, Erica.
We know you didn't do it, Erica. We know that this is not who you are. You would not do this.
You didn't do this.
I know, sweetie.
Now, honey, listen. On this Zoom call, did anybody notice that Erica did not mention the victims at all? She was more concerned that people thought that her divorce was a scam, that her and Tom had worked together to set up this divorce so that they could hide assets. Then Lisa makes the comment, "How do you hide assets?" And I said, oh, Lisa, what were you thinking? This is going to be on the show. You guys are on a Zoom call. Did you think that she was just going to say, well, you know, they've got these accounts over in the Caymans, and then we took a little money and stashed it over here? I mean, did you expect her to break down how she could possibly, allegedly be hiding assets? No. And of course, Erica says, I don't even know. Of course you don't know, hon. Girl, bye. Somebody knows. Now, from the court documents, they are saying allegedly that Tom moved $20 million plus from his alleged victims' money into Erica's business accounts. Okay, ma'am. Later on in the episode, she tried to tell the girls, I didn't know about any of the money. I wasn't watching any of the accounts. And then she goes to tell Crystal, you guys, you know, you and Lisa need to make sure you know what's going on in these accounts and X, Y, and Z. Ma'am, no ma'am. There is no way. Personal account, business account, savings account, I don't know, money market account. There is no kind of account that I could ever have. And $20 million is transferred into that account and I don't know about it. No, ma'am. Are you kidding? And the way banks are always alerting you constantly. Let me tell you something. I work for a bank. If you have $20 million just sitting in a certain account, or if you have $20 million spread around several accounts, there is no way that somebody from personal finance or business finance is not contacting you to try to help you figure out a way that you can make that money, make more money, not just for you, but for the bank. Ma'am, no way. There is no way you didn't know about that money in that account. I am sorry. I hate to see the tears, but then I reminded myself, you are an actress. Okay, I saw you on The Young and the Restless. And we know that you were Roxy on Broadway. Don't play me, honey. Play with your mammy. I have gotten way too emotionally involved. I'm just saying, don't do this. You know, she makes these comments about how rough Tom was. I believe you. Yes, ma'am. I believe he was. He got smart, tore you up on national TV. You and he tried to go after Lisa Vanderpump, and Ken just sat there quietly. I tell you what. You let some woman disrespect my husband and think I'ma sit quietly. I don't think so, ma'am. Talk crazy to your husband if you want to, but say something to mine. We got a problem.
People think that Erica Jayne brought down Tom Girardi. Tom Girardi brought down Tom Girardi. I don't want his actions to absolutely kill what I have created. I fear starting over. The only thing I have is my name and the hope that this is not where this ends for me.
Now look, she made that comment about Tom, and I said, you know what, Erica? Save yourself, okay? I would turn state evidence on Tom. Yes. I mean, could you see the pretty mess in the yellow jumpsuit behind bars down there at the San Quentin? She probably wouldn't go to the San Quentin, though, because this is probably a federal crime. So she would go to one of them federal prisons. But girl, you let those prosecutors and let them people know. Go tell everything you know. You know, it was weird too. One of the producers asked her, you know, how long she's known about these lawsuits. And she says, well, I can't answer that question. I bet you can. I bet you can't. Because I'm sure you knew about all of this before you filed for that divorce. I don't care what anybody says. Tom and Erica set this divorce up, allegedly. So Garcelle goes over to see Kyle. Kyle is still trying to quarantine for a couple extra days. So she's standing out on her beautiful balcony, screaming down to Garcelle while they're having, a little conversation. She lets Garcelle know that they are going to take a trip to the La Quinta. And I said, well, is that the same La Quinta that they went to on The Bachelorette? Because if so, no thank you. But then in the previews, I realized that is definitely not the same La Quinta. This place was really upscale. And can I just take a little side note to say, has anybody ever noticed that the production quality, the dates, the accommodations for The Bachelorette is always lower level compared to The Bachelor? I really hate that. I was covering The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, but I'm not anymore. It's just too much. It's too much. I'm over it. This season has worn me out. Anyway, moving on. So all the girls, Lisa, Kyle, Garcelle, and even Sutton, all believe Erica's innocence. Now, I think that's real nice. You know, they've all rallied together to support Erica. But if it was anybody else, would they all rally together to support? I don't think so. We do get a chance to meet Sutton's new dog, who is really cute. And we also get to meet her adorable 18-year-old daughter. Her name is Porter, and she's a freshman in college. She is absolutely adorable. And Sutton totally raised her like a true Southern mother. And I say, all right now, I appreciate it. I have a Southern mother myself. Lisa tells Porter that she should set her up to meet her daughter. And Sutton says, I don't think so. Sutton does not want Lisa Rinna and her daughter rubbing off on her sweet little Southern angel. She is not here for it. And I don't disagree. Erica's talking to Kyle.
Nobody wants to be in the position I'm in right now. It is really unenviable. Being the possible target of a federal criminal investigation is like not cool.
All I can say is, again, she has not talked about these victims at all. She's just all about people thinking that her marriage is a sham. She talks about Tom and how she says she hopes somebody is checking on him. And then she was very adamant that she has not spoken to Tom. She doesn't speak to him. And I said, well, this all plays in, if you ask me. You know, Tom went from last year's filming to this bright, brilliant man talking about his past and, oh, Tom's a workhorse and Tom's in the office and he's doing all this. Now, all of a sudden, Tom allegedly has Alzheimer's. He's blind. He can't hear. Girl, this seems like a story. It seems as if her and Tom sat at the kitchen table and said, look at all these lawsuits. What are we going to do? And Tom pulled out the old whiteboard and a dry erase marker and said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hide these assets over here. We're going to dig a tunnel and put some money in it down here. Then you're going to file for divorce right around election day. Try to keep it down. We're going to get you this nice house. It's going to be tiny, but it's going to be nice. For $9,500 a month. We're going to take care of that. Then, all of a sudden, I'm going to have Alzheimer's. I can't hear you, what? I'm losing my hearing. And I could barely see you, Erica. Let me get closer. Okay, I mean, seriously, all of that is alleged. It's in my mind, my thoughts, my opinion. But seriously, girl, get out of here with this. Now, honey, listen. They show the previews for next week, and you hear Erica say that Tom was out. He was just wandering around. And she didn't even look for him because she thought he was out with another woman. And I said, well, wait a minute. Wasn't that just 2 episodes ago when you told Garcelle that you never imagined or thought that Tom would ever cheat or have somebody else? You had never thought it. You had never heard it. Really? Mm-hmm. That's just the added piece to the story. Girl. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is interesting. Erica Jayne, girl. Honey. Clam up, okay? Because you are doing too much talking and people are doing too much speculating. And, you know, you're innocent until proven guilty, but my meter is slowly ticking to the guilty. Allegedly. Okay. Anyway, you guys. This episode was something else. I'm just saying. I can't wait for next week. And until next time, bye.